A former Uber driver is in custody now, accused of starting the fire that became the Palisades Fire. And the federal investigators say an iPhone links 29-year-old Jonathan Renderneck to the fire.
He exited the car, walked up a nearby trail, took iPhone videos at a nearby hilltop, and listened to a rap song whose music video including objects being lit on fire.
The fire was the Lockman Fire. Renderneck is accused of starting it after dropping off his Uber passengers in the Pacific Palisades on New Year's Day. The LAFD says it put out that fire, but days later it reignited and became the Palisades Fire, one of the most destructive wildfires in our state's history.
ABC's Alex Stone has been following the investigation into the Palisades Fire over the last 9 months and joins us now to talk about what he's learned. And Alex, this took 9 months to get us to this point. The ATF was called in. They brought in a team of experts. You talked to the head of the ATF office here in LA. What led them to this arrest?
Yes, that team of experts, the National Response Team, they come in the worst of the worst cases where they've got to get answers, and they are experts, kind of like the NTSB coming in after an airline crash. Usually takes some time. This took some time to get to this point. And the evidence they've got, 13,000 pieces of evidence. They've got over 500 lab tests that they did. They actually recreated this, not only in lab, they went out to Pacific Palisades, and with the same moonlight, they said they did it on the same lunar cycle to be able to recreate it and see what was the moonlight like that night, and to really make it exactly as it was that evening. So they put a lot into this, but they say it came down to DNA, to cell phone records, putting him around the perimeter of the fire. All of the recordings that he had on his cell phones, they're pretty certain they've got their guy.
And Alex, we know you pressed officials on a motive. Do they think they know exactly why he allegedly did this?
They do have a motive, and they say that they're pretty certain on their motive, but they don't want us to know that motive yet until it gets into court. But just look at all of this, that you've got the going to the scene and calling 911, watching the firefighters coming in, the ChatGPT evidence of the image that he created, the song that he was allegedly listening to and watching that had fire in the imagery there. All of that leads up to an arsonist, where often they watch firefighters come in and watch their handiwork as the fire teams come in. So there's that part of it. But two, that we know his Uber passenger said he was agitated that night. He was angry about something. He apparently tried to make a phone call right before this to an acquaintance, and it didn't go through. So all of this adds up. Something made him angry in that moment, but and linking to the fire aspect of it. But what was that one thing of why that night? That we don't know yet.
All right. What about the possibility of additional charges in this case?
We've been asking the U.S. Attorney exactly that, Bill Asaley, and he says that everything's on the table. Because this is a federal case, like any federal case, he's got to be indicted. A grand jury, a federal grand jury will have to indict him for this case to move forward, or the case goes away. When he gets indicted, there's a high likelihood there will be more charges. I mean, 12 people dead, right. 6,000 homes that were destroyed. It would be understandable that there would be more charges coming down the line. We don't know what those would be. Probably state charges as well. It won't only be federal, so likely more charges are coming.
Okay. Sounds like a pretty strong case already against this individual. Thank you, Alex Stone, for your help with our team coverage and being here.